This video contains elements that are not suitable for children under the age of 14. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey guys, Sean Fay-Wolfe of Diamond X Studios here. This video is late as shit, but damn it, 2021's pop music was worth it, so let's fucking do this. Today, as a conclusion of my series of videos reflecting on the popular music of 2021, I'm going to be taking a list of the 100 biggest hits of the year according to both Billboard magazine and my friend Lydia Valentino's custom V30 music chart, and ranking them in order from my least favorite to my personal favorite. Now, because Billboard and the V30 use different methodologies to calculate the biggest songs of the year, that means I wound up with two different lists of the 100 biggest songs of the year. And when you merge them together, that gives us a total of 133 different songs we're going to be discussing. Sorry for the clickbait. As I go down the list and order the songs, I'm going to be putting them into tiers of quality as I go, with each song in a tier being worth a certain number of points, which I will use to give this year's popular music a percentage score at the end of part 2 of this video. And of course, this should go without saying, but literally every single thing I say in this video is 100% based on my own personal opinions, and even the specific orders of the songs are something you should probably take with a grain of salt. Disagreement is both expected and welcome, so please leave as many sweet, juicy, algorithm-fattening comments as you can below discussing your own opinions on these songs and how they differ from mine. I'll be happy to read and engage with all of them, just please do everybody a favor and don't be a massive dongle flop about it, okay? Okay. Finally, if you haven't seen my videos ranking the top 10 best and worst songs of the year, I highly suggest you go and watch those before this one, because I will be spoiling my pick for the worst songs of the year in this video and the best songs of the year in part 2. But if you've watched all of those, well, then I guess there's nothing left stopping us. The popular music of 2021 cast a very wide net of excellence, and I am honored that you've chosen to take a dive in and get caught up in all of it with me. Let's do this. It's always really unfortunate when I have to give my pick for the worst song of the year to something that I can tell came from a point of artistic passion where a genuine artist was really trying to do something good, cool, and unique. But it's like I said in the worst list. If you're going to experiment, then you have to accept the risk that that experiment might go horribly, horribly wrong. This cover is a god-awful bastardization of the original Corinne Bailey Rae song, and a genuinely repulsive song in its own right, both in the cement mixer of tinny sludge that is the production, and in the weird lyrical recontextualization of a cute bit of self-affirmation into a leering creep show. I truly wish nothing but the best for Mr. Rit Momney. I'm sure he's got better stuff out there, but man, at this point, you're getting outdone by Alvin and the Chipmunks 2, The Squeakquel.
You go ahead, let your head down. Go ahead, let your head down.
Squirrel, put your records on. Next thing.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got that Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake.
I have no idea how they managed it, but somehow this is no longer the most jaw-droppingly tasteless association of a country song with Applebee's.
And a little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on a Friday night. A pair of jeans that fit just right. And the radio.
Get 5 boneless wings for $1.
Oh god, this fucking thing. Yeah, no, I am completely 100% over this song. This was a kinda cute novelty at first, a country song that seems to be about wishing that Gabby's ex finds eternal happiness with the girl of his dreams, only for the new girl to cheat on him like he did on Gabby. What a twist, very clever, but no, I'm sorry, it's been 2 years now, and all of the novelty from that twist has disintegrated into ash, leaving nothing left but Gabby's ear-piercing voice, the insufferable buzzing production, and an inexplicably pointless guest verse from Charlie fucking Puth that completely ruins whatever remaining pathos this song might have had. I can't believe that I ever stood up for this. This is We Have Before He Cheats at Home and nothing more. And I hope that I never have to hear it again in my life.
Yeah, we picking on them guitars just right.
here's a fun fact for you. The man behind this insufferable country trap dreg is actually a part of an EDM trio known as Sir Roosevelt with country superstar Zac Brown. Because God knows, when I want to listen to Zac Brown, this is the ideal venue I think of for it. Good Time might not be EDM, but I do think that this song in all of its generic punchability stands a very good chance of being the single worst thing that anyone in that trio contributed to pop culture this past year. Which is quite astonishing considering that one of those things is, well, you know.
5 boneless wings for $1 with any handcrafted burger. Only at Applebee's.
Don't know for a fact I keep it real, you still ain't take the charge.
I honestly think Lil Baby would have been better taking the year off rather than squirting out this dour, undercooked piece of trap backwash that he, by his own admission, just threw out there without really caring about it. Apparently this song is just a little female vibe, according to him. Is that right? This is your song for the ladies, Dom?
I'm like, come and put that pussy on me, don't be running from me.
Love is a game you used to cheer for. When I was down to talk, you weren't here for.
This is the textbook definition of a song that's perfectly fine in the context of a 10-second TikTok and absolutely insufferable for even a second longer than that. To those of you who like this song, and I am asking this 100% legitimately, have you actually listened to it all the way through?
You leave a trail of heartbreak.
That ain't the baby, that's my baby.
My friends and the mom hate me. Go lay down on the bed, do the cry, baby.
Very rarely in my life have I ever seen an artist's stock drop harder than DaBaby's did in 2021, a year that he started out as a glorious meme that everybody loved having around, and ended as a pathetic asshole who refused to accept the reality that being homophobic these days doesn't make you badass and manly, it makes you a weird, insecure loser that the world is quickly evolving past. But then again, I guess if I did have to pick a sentence to describe DaBaby as both an artist and a person, it would be a man who hasn't evolved since 2019. I feel kinda bad for Blanco Brown. He really should be remembered as that guy who ripped off Old Town Road and did a surprisingly decent job at it. Now he's gonna be remembered as that guy who tried to be an actual country artist and did it badly. Shame.
Staring at your dress cause it's see-through. Yeah, talking all the shit that you done been through.
You know, I originally thought that Drake released this song as a means of drumming up controversy to promote his album, but then I realized that Drake is the same guy who once bragged about having more slaps than the Beatles. He must have known this album was going to be the biggest thing of the year regardless of what he did, which leads me to the conclusion that he must have actually thought this joke was funny.
Yeah, say that you a lesbian, girl, me too. Hey, girls want girls where I'm from.
Let a young nigga come play in your throat, deep stroke your throat till I make you choke.
Okay. Actually, for real though, why was this such a thing this year?
Throw babies, I'm trying to give them to you.
She just swallow all my kids in a 2-seat. Do this out of your mouth while I'm riding.
Oh, et tu, Montero. Then fall, contents of my stomach.
Baby, I could let go. If I didn't love you, I'd be good by now.
Oh, screw this. Genuinely one of the most stock, boring, passionless, sexless, appeal-less, most by the numbers in the most cynical possible way country song that I've ever seen hit it big. The Captain and Tennille would be put to sleep by this. Next. No, I'm not playing it here. This is a future battle. I am not dealing with this right now.
In this bar, just sat here staring at my phone.
I'm really glad that everyone collectively seems to have come to an unspoken agreement that this song was one of the worst hits of the year purely because we're all just completely done with music like this. If you want my advice, just ignore the buzzing in your ear. I promise the sands of time will have their way with this one soon enough.
He's one of the good ones.
I really hope this isn't gonna be a consistent thing we're gonna have to deal with.
Tugging in my Reeboks.
No!
And I'm way too sexy to go unprotected.
The most upvoted comment on this song's Lyric Genius page is saying RIP to Future and Thugger's backs. The second most upvoted comment is asking why there's a line in the song where Thugger asks to be molested. Well, all seems right with the world here. Moving on.
And I will lie awake, making beautiful mistakes. takes.
This song got picked clean pretty quickly, as is standard with songs by the most subscribed to white noise collective on the planet, but honestly, I'm kind of amazed that we went through the entire list season without anyone calling out the song's opening line, which refers to a broken home as beautiful and bittersweet.
It's beautiful, it's bittersweet, you're like a broken home to me.
Oh yeah, for sure, bittersweet. Failed relationships, estranged couples, traumatized children, you know, eggs and omelets and such.
I'll tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the night.
You know what? Fuck it. I've chickened out and put this song in the meh tier enough time over the past few years. It's high time for me to finally grow a pair and call out a lousy-ass song when I see it. An exhausting beat, no cohesion at all between the three men on it, and ultimately a truly unfortunate stain on the legacy of one of the defining artists of this era who left us far too soon. Technically speaking, this has been the biggest Moonlight R&B hit so far, and that is just tragic.
You broke me
I feel like the world on whole had so much collective apathy for this song that it congealed and caved in under its own pressure until all that apathy compressed and morphed into bad will like coal into a diamond. It would have been fascinating to watch if I were awake for any of it.
You betrayed me, and I know that you'll never feel sorry.
Well, this is one song where I definitely feel the need to hold up the "it's my opinion, don't verbally de-pants me" sign. Like I've said plenty of times before, I recognize the merit of this one. It's a very well-executed version of what it is, but I was already getting pretty burned out on teenage melodrama by the time the year ended. And so, yeah, forgive me if the phrase, "it took you 2 weeks to go off and date her," made me break out in hives.
Some things just go better together, and probably always will.
Am I the only one who finds this absolute unit of a man belting out a nursery rhyme about how much he loves his wife over a muted Casio solo to be really fucking funny?
But I know, yeah, I know it's a matter of time till you walk back out of my life.
You know what? I'm really happy for Maren Morris and Ryan Hurd. They seem like they've genuinely found the love of their lives in each other, and I wish them all the best in their future endeavors as they tackle the big wide world together as a beautiful team bound together under the eyes of God. I hope they never have another hit though, because good lord, this is boring as tar. So here we have a reggaeton song performed half in Japanese featuring a music video where Bad Bunny tries to get over an ex by walking dogs and getting a Pokemon Go tattoo. That is all very interesting, and I really wish that Bad Bunny was an interesting enough vocalist to get me to care.
Calling my phone. I done told you before that it's over, leave me alone.
Apparently Lil TJ released this song as a Valentine's Day gift to all of his fans, and I have to give him credit. This song does convey the exact kind of miserable, crushing loneliness that the kind of people who look forward to Valentine's Day songs from their favorite rappers are probably quite accustomed to. Out of all the songs this year that most people seem to like, this is the one whose appeal I understand the least. I'm sorry.
What if you had it all, but nobody to call? Maybe then you'd know me.
Okay, just to clarify, I've made fun of this song a good few times over Bieber not actually writing it, which for the record he didn't. It was already basically done by the time Phineas and Benny Blanco showed it to him. But to be clear, no, I don't think that that's an actual argument for this song being bad. Regardless of who wrote it, I do think it does capture something about the personal isolation that you can find in positions of power. Hell, if you catch me in the right mood, I might even call it kind of compelling. At the same time, though, you do realize that this song, which very few people bought or streamed and is only here because the radio clung onto it for months, completely hinges on your ability to feel sorry for Justin Bieber. You know, this guy.
I'ma get to know you better. Kinda hope we're here forever. If you told me that the world's ending, ain't no other way that I can spend it. I can stay here forever. We got all that we need here tonight.
You were always a losing game, small town boy in a big arcade.
Okay, to parrot back the same correction that literally everyone said to the people making fun of this song, no. Arcade by Duncan Lawrence is not literally comparing a relationship to blowing through a few too many quarters on Donkey Kong. Duncan Lawrence is Dutch, and the European term arcade is much more analogous to American casinos, so he's basically comparing his relationship to a gambling addiction. And It makes this exhausting dirge sound a lot less novel when I put it like that.
I ain't got nowhere to go, I shot up everywhere they would.
You know, I was originally going to call this song overrated and kind of dull, but I'm sorry, I just heard the news that Pooh Shiesty is no longer facing a possible life sentence for allegedly shooting a man in the buttocks at a Florida hotel. So you know what? I'm just gonna hold my tongue out of respect.
Shorty go jogging every morning, and she make me breakfast almost every morning.
And this was the song that made me realize that I just don't like Pop Smoke's R&B stuff, even in the cases where it's not being made of his chopped up song scraps being sold to the highest bidder. My loss, I guess.
Late at night, kiss me in the morning or late at night.
Hey, so remember that time I said this song wasn't bad, but it was really underwhelming and made me really uneasy about the prospects of Roddy's future career? Welp.
You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body.
I've said it before and I'll say it again, Justin Bieber is the high fructose corn syrup of pop music. He might be gooey, basic, and sickeningly artificial, but dumping him all over something is by far the easiest way to get Americans to absolutely eat it up. I'm glad he helped the first Afrobeat song cross over into the top 20, but his job is done now and he can feel free to leave at any time.
Don't go against me, they ask for my help, go get out your feelings and get it yourself.
Excuse me, sir, has there ever been a robbery at this establishment?
Not that I know of. I don't know.
I know I used that same joke last year, but damn it, I'm going to bring up that clip at every opportunity that I get. You know, Vine had its moments. It probably wasn't worth the whole Shawn Mendes thing happening, but, you know, moments.
You cut out a piece of me and now I bleed internally, left here without you.
This is a song that paints the Kid Laroi out to be an absolutely massive bitch that's a total drain on the lives of all those around him. There were times this year where I felt like an absolutely massive bitch who was a drain on the lives of all those around me. This song is the sing-along for the moments where I hate myself the most, but you know what? That is not nothing.
I'ma turn up on a hater every chance that I get.
I really wish I liked this one. Dom and Dirk are both definitely putting the work in, but man, Tay Keith is really phoning it in.
Keep going. Put my kids in Givenchy, she must ain't 1 + 1 is 3. I can't support your personal needs, she don't got a
come on, man, you made Sicko Mode. You're better than this. Honestly, that probably is the reason why this song is the way it is, because between Sicko Mode and this song, you probably do have approximately 2 total songs worth of production between them.
These are the effortless flows, supposedly something else is controlling me. Under a pictures live some of the greatest quotes for me.
Look, Drake isn't the last person I want to hear monologuing about nothing for 6 minutes over a cool sampled Beatles interpolation, but, like, he's not the first person on that list either, you know? I remember that Lindsay Ellis, F's in the chat for her please, once made a point about how fascinating it was to watch Bollywood films portray America in fascinatingly ridiculous ways because Americans are so used to being the default standard consumers of pop culture, and so seeing the United States portrayed in a market that isn't concerned with appealing to American viewers is utterly fascinating. I bring this up because if there's one thing I've learned about BTS in the past year, it's that getting #1 hits in America is the sidest of side gigs for them. I mean, they like throwing bones to the American audience, it's a nice way to shore up their bank accounts and cater to a different part of the army, but these songs are clearly not where the heat of their artistic passion is, and they are clearly not what cultivated them such a devoted fan base. So no matter what you do, don't fall into the trap of just judging BTS by their English work alone, because there is a lot more to it than that.
Don't go build a life without me, cause you're mine still.
I legit have no idea why Sting got a writing credit on Lucid Dreams, but not this one. Also, small thing, but good fucking lord, Drake is such a prick.
I took you to the club and you hugged on somebody that I know, and I know them type of hugs. Same shit I do to women when I know I used to fuck, and I know they with they nigga, but they never brought it up.
Did you have fun? I really couldn't care less, and you couldn't give him my best, but just know I'm not your friend.
This is probably the most underwhelming Billie Eilish single I've heard so far. Don't get me wrong, I don't think anyone on earth has more of a right to make a fuck the press song than Billie Eilish, and it is still very impressive that Billie's worst single is still reasonably solid, but I don't know, it's just no collaboration between Florida Georgia Line and Chase Wait, what am I saying?
Sitting here, drinking beer, talking God, amen, killing time, living life with some down home friends.
I heard a lot lot of people shitting on this one, presumably because it is, in fact, a collaboration between Chase Rice and Florida Georgia Line, but I don't know. I think there actually is something to this one. It does a pretty decent job of capturing those times where you're just sitting back, relaxing, and casually ruminating on the meaning of life with your friends while cracking a cold one. Definitely nothing new or great, but perfectly fine for what it is, and absolutely superb for the men in the title.
I've got some famous friends.
Wait, hold on. How the fuck did a Chris Brown song get this high?
What you know about Radiohead's hits on creep? When you do that jump, you can feel the natural breeze. He's employee of the month. Sponge's got that devotion, man. I could use some cucumber melon lotion.
Cause every high and every low led to this. I'm just so glad you exist.
Easily my pick for the most overhated song of the year. People took this one way too seriously. Saying I'm glad you exist isn't some grand statement of apathy, chastity, or lack of passion. It's just a cute little understated joke the guy is sharing with someone he loves. So yeah, Glad You Exist by Dan and Shay. Generic as Walmart brand mayonnaise? Yes. Cute as a grass cat with a wonky eye? Close enough. Man, what the hell? Let's just do these next three all at once.
If it's not you, it's not anyone. Oh God, running to the altar like a track star. And I say, oh, the way I breathe you in.
Honestly, it's pretty impressive in hindsight that the only Justin Bieber single of the year that wasn't at least decent was the one where he tried his hand at yodeling. But yeah, no. Anyone was completely serviceable generic radio fluff. Bieber rapping about church and his wife was actually kinda entertaining for both unironic sweetness and the ironic enjoyment derived from its mere existence. And Peaches shrunk on me hard as shit after months of hearing it, and that of course makes me want to give him a wedgie, but it also introduced Bieber's audience to Daniel, Caesar, and Giveon and gave both of them a #1 hit, so it's the best one. Sue me.
Heard from a friend of a friend that dick was a 10 out of 10.
I was in a group voice chat the other day while Ethan was listening in and grading some papers, and when someone mentioned that he was proud of someone for getting a 10 out of 10, I said, I'm glad you enjoyed their dick, and everyone in the call burst out laughing and said that they were thinking the same thing. Apparently, Doja Cat has monopolized the phrase 10 out of 10, and that is really quite frightening.
I know we just met, but girl, let's roll. Let's roll.
I feel like I need to come up with a name for ugly, sludgy, overprocessed country trap that I really like in spite of myself purely because I'm a sucker for pretty much any minor key jam with a good tempo to it. Does swillcore work? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with swillcore.
Let's go out with a bang.
We need more pop songs that have the word rumpus in them.
Gypsy crib in the middle of the night.
No, seriously, how the fuck did a Chris Brown song get this high? I heard a lot of people shit on this Eurovision TikTok sleeper from 2017 because it's basically a worse copy of the cover by Norwegian hip-hop duo Madgone from a decade earlier, and that is true enough. But I'm sorry, would you rather have them copy the original Four Seasons song instead?
I need you understand that I tried so hard to be a man.
Huh. This actually works pretty well. I mean, damn, I guess it just must be a fundamentally good composition if it makes Frankie Valli's Helium Castrato seem appealing.
Like we shouldn't say we're good.
I have to say, I was not expecting any Dua Lipa song to fall into the category of songs where the censored version is better, because the radio version of We're Good goes like this.
When I'm meant to be, that's never gonna change.
And yet on the official version,
When I'm meant to be, like sleeping and cocaine.
yeah, even after mulling that over for a full year, I still have no idea what the fuck she's talking about. According to Lyrics Genius, it's apparently a reference to the fact that you can't sleep while you're doing cocaine. But, like, couldn't you fill in literally anything that makes it difficult to sleep there? Like, I don't know, candy? Here, I rewrote the lyric for you. We're not meant to be like ring pops and my bed. Dua Lipa, if you're listening, then please feel free to use my version as the new radio edit for that song. Oh, and on the subject of rings, Miss Lipa, there's actually something I've been meaning to ask you for a while now.
What you doing? What you doing? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. You got plans. Don't say that. Shut your trap.
This one hurts, man. This one hurts hard. I love the way this sounds. The chorus and bridge are absolutely angelic. Bruno and Anderson make such a great team. But why the fuck did it have to be so damn goofy?
I won't bite unless you like.
I won't bite. Hard.
Started on a neon light and then it all got dark.
Yeah, Yeah, I know, it's probably sacrilegious to put this over Silk Sonic, but I don't know what to say. It's a cohesive product that, in my opinion, does a better job at being an Ed Sheeran radio single than Leave the Door Open does at being a smooth baby-making love jam. Now, is that a dumb perspective to compare those two songs from? Probably.
Listen to your friends when they say niggas ain't shit.
I feel like this is more of an appetizer platter for Doja Cat as an artist than it is an effective song, but damn it, it's a really funny appetizer platter.
I'm not gonna kill your car or call your fucking mom. You should have paid my rent. Go get that fucking job. Niggas ain't shit.
Everybody got a small town anthem. Everybody got a story to tell.
Not much to say here. This song may just be a bunch of references to classic country tunes, but it's strung together well, writes a charming presence, and it's nice country driving music.
Set my face, bomb ass tight, rack stack of shack higher.
Man, this Cardi song sure do be, don't it?
I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me.
This is a pretty solid offering that's more or less exactly what I would expect from a 2021 collaboration between Drake and Travis Scott, but it does contain one of the truest lines of the year.
Imitation isn't flattery, it's just annoying me.
Yeah, it turns out that even when you are Drake, there's a hard limit on how much Drake you're willing to listen to.
Then you say, I wanna dance, the music's got me going, and nothing that can stop how we move.
I reiterate the same thing about BTS that I said before. I mean, come on. They literally got Ed Sheeran to write a song for them. They know exactly what they're doing.
I'm off to better things. I'm only doing shit that's gonna make me elevate.
This song's biggest contribution to my life this year was making me accidentally type out the coil array in my script like 5 times.
That's not safe for you. You switch like a pussy little bit.
I already said my piece on this song in my winter top 20 ranking, and I don't particularly care to give this man any more attention, so I'll just repeat what I said there. This is a good song, but it's the kind of good song that can only exist in a timeline as bad as the one we're currently living in.
I wanna trust me, the way that you trust me.
Funny how much better I Wish I Could See Me Through Your Eyes plays than I Wish You Could See Me Through My Eyes. This is one of those songs that's really beautiful and heart-melting when you look it up on your own time, but just sounds agonizingly slow and tedious when you hear it on the radio. I guess it's a shame the song literally only made it onto the list because the radio overplayed it.
Zany boss, suicide door, brand new bag.
After debating all year over whether Don Toliver was a really cool rap name or a really stupid one, I've decided that I do, in fact, like it. Unfortunately, I did also notice that it could be read as Don't Oliver, so, yeah. Sorry, kid.
Lisa, I want some more.
I'm in the trenches, relax. Can you not pet that little boy in the club? Cause we do not listen to rats.
Man, this feels really wrong to judge as a 2021 song. This one is 2020 as all fuck, but you know what? Returning to it a year later, it still holds up, and it introduced Lil Durk to the top 40, where he has comfortably made his home since then, so hey, what's not to like?
When you're close up, give me the shivers.
I'm not playing the wrong video, you're playing the wrong video.
Sitting over in the corner, baby, I saw pretty red lips working on a white claw.
Alright, this is the last generic Nashville radio staple that I'm gonna try and convince y'all is better than it probably is, but I don't know. I kinda like the light synth accents underlining the country production here, and the whole lyrical conceit of reflecting on the night of your transformation from a carefree barfly into a man in a happy relationship is honestly pretty cute. I'm not gonna say this is anything great, but I do like this a lot more than I think most of you would expect me to. I think it's worth at least one listen. Check it out and see what you think.
I'm sitting here knowing I don't need you, pouring O's in the lid, sipping, chasing with my reef, can't get my mind on Waukesha.
Okay, the DeBarge sample was really throwing me off for a while there. To me, that riff is Ashanti's and Ashanti's alone, but once I got past that, I did find that this is actually a pretty compelling ode to addiction and the minefield of drug use as an aid to creative potency. I guess that's pretty much all I have to say, except, oh my god, don't do lean, you stupid, stupid children!
All of these miles on this Chevy and present up you, all them days I spent wasted on you.
This seems to be the song on Dangerous the Double album that everyone is gravitating towards as the bad one, because everyone's understandably desperate to find at least one Morgan Wallen song to hate, and the country trap one seems like the natural choice. And to that I say, A, please turn your attention towards country-ass shit if you're looking for a song on that album worth tearing a new asshole, and B, y'all realize that country trap is capable of being good even if it doesn't sound like Old Town Road, right? I'm not saying that anyone who dislikes this song is wrong. I've barfed up 66 opinions in this video. You've definitely disagreed with at least one of them. But I'm gonna stand by this one as a genuinely captivating display of bitter dejection that deserves more love. I highly suggest you check out my friend SickaBOT1's Best Hit Songs of 2021 video. She delivers a lot of great insight, and hopefully after watching it, you'll see this song in a brand new light. And that's half the songs in this countdown, which is where I'm going to call time for part 1 of this video. So, is 2021 really one of the best years in the history of popular music ever? Well, let's just say that this is the first time that I've ever hit the good tier before the halfway point of one of these videos, and leave it at that. That's a story for next time though, and until then, I'd like to remind y'all to leave this video a like, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications of every new upload, and leave me a comment with your thoughts on the video, your thoughts about the music of 2021, and anything else you could possibly want to say about anything. The more likes and comments the video has, the more likely YouTube is to recommend it to new people, so if you could leave me a few comments, I would definitely appreciate it. And you know who else I appreciate? My supporters on Patreon who made this video possible. $1 per main series video lets you get your name in the end credits, $2 lets you vote on any songs in the world you want me to talk about in my Grab Bag Review series, $5 gets you access to my awesome community of people on Discord, $10 gets you access to several perks including early access to my videos and a personalized icon in the end credits, while $20 per video lets you personally pick any song for me to review in each new episode of Grab Bag Reviews. Furthermore, every patron of every level has an equal chance to be selected to give a patron review of any song they chose relevant to the video, so let's hear what today's lucky patrons have to say about their favorite songs of 2021. From Mike Nicholson regarding Levitating by Dua Lipa.
Hi Sean, thanks for having me on. So, I know next to nothing about how Billboard works, but I'm still a little miffed that despite this song being the biggest one of the year for the first time in 20 years that didn't hit #1 on Billboard, Dua Lipa still doesn't have a #1 hit to her name. Where is the justice in this world? Song's still great though. Love the song, love Dua Lipa, good stuff.
From Wicked Dreamer regarding Rumors by Lizzo and Cardi B.
I can't even begin to tell you just how often I blasted Rumors throughout the last half of 2021. Lizzo and Cardi's verses, the mix of trap and funk on the bass, the horns on the hook, and the bits of rock that come in near the end, all of it just blends perfectly. This should have been a big a smash as Lizzo's other hits, and for some reason it wasn't. I don't know why.
From Crimson Court regarding Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic, I truly think Silk Sonic is making the best smooth soul since the heyday of Sade's popularity. Bruno and Anderson have come together to elevate each other's strengths, artistically and performance-wise. The chemistry is off the charts, and I hope they continue making wonderful music together. From Mars Mateo regarding Message in a Bottle, Taylor's version by Taylor Swift.
Thanks Sean. Despite the circumstances, I'm so glad this Taylor Swift traffic isn't lost media anymore because this song has it all. A great melody, great production, and a hook that's the best kind of earworm. I just wish the title wasn't so long.
And last but not least, from Lydia Gates regarding Silk Chiffon by Muna.
In its refrain of Life's So Fun, where the song actually means it, Silk Chiffon by Muna featuring Phoebe Bridgers gives us sapphic joy and nods like cherry lipstick that lift me as high as That's What I Want, breaking into the top 10. I got my miniskirt and my rollerblades on, and you should check out this song.
Thank you all for your support. Y'all really are the best. I'm Sean Fay-Wolfe of Diamond X Studios. Thank you all so much for watching. Part 2 will be coming out very soon, and until then, take care of yourselves.
騒がしい日々に笑えない君に思いつく限り